Well, hello again. So, since last time I've gone over these past few levels, just to try to see if I can make them more efficient, and I did. I made a few more programs trying to cut down on the cycles, nodes, and instructions, and it gave me an idea on how to maybe make this more palatable to watch. Instead of trying to get through as many levels as I can in an hour, I'm just going to stick to one level um, and get through it normally, spend the rest of the time um, trying to make it as efficient as possible, and then each episode will be dedicated to another level after that, sort of similar to what I did for NAND Game. And then I'll try to edit it down so if it lasts longer than an hour, the video itself won't be any longer than an hour. And yeah, hopefully that'll be more entertaining. But yeah, let's get into this one, a sequence generator. Um, I think I can't remember. I think I tried recording this one and it didn't work out. I don't quite remember what I did though. So uh, sequences are zero terminated. Read values from input A and input B. Write the lesser value to out. Write the greater value to out. Write 0 to end the sequence. So okay, so yeah, so we're making a sequence from input A and input B, and then writing 0 to end that sequence. Let's see what the info is here. The new girlfriend is encouraging me to get rid of the microcomputers I've accumulated over the years. Not a bad idea. Most of them are just taking up space and aren't doing me or her any good. Going to wait on this one though. Never found out what its whole what its whole deal was, and if it turns out it could be something I wasn't supposed to have, I think I could get into trouble. Cleared up a little space on the workbench and hooked it up. Still works. Beautiful. Yes, it is a beauty, this one. Uh, I'm honestly more interested in like the puzzle aspect of this game. I know there's probably a lot of really interesting mysteries involved. If people are at all interested in me decoding that, I can always go back and try to piece it together. So far, it just seems like a lot of introductions to this guy finding some secret operating system, which is this one that was passed down to quote unquote me, per what the manual is saying. It has some links to like Soviet era stuff and might be just a weapon or something. I don't know, but yeah, let's get into the actual puzzle. So, two inputs and an output. Read values from input A and input B. Write the lesser value to out. Write the greater value to out. Write 0 to end the sequence. So put it in the sequence of lesser than or greater than. So I think I have an idea. ACC. ACC. I don't think there's a way we can actually like compare any two values as being greater than or less than each other. I'm gonna do a quick look at the manual again just to refresh what I can actually do with these instructions, or what instructions I have available to me. Texture, we got ACC, primary storage, temporary storage, and the BAK. Nil, reading nil produces the value 0. Writing to nil has no effect. What is nil here? It's just nil. Left, right, okay. Yep. Instruction set, we can have labels to make loops. NOP, which is a pseudo instruction, it's basically just like a pause. Move, swap, save. So, yep, add, subtract, negative, jump. If equals 0, not 0. Greater than 0, less than 0. Transfer execution. transfer execution unconditionally, the instruction of the offset relative to the current instruction will be executed next. 0, instruction will be executed next. I don't know what that means. Okay, so yeah, we have no idea of comparing it. So my initial idea is if we subtract b from a and we return a negative, that would mean that a is less than b. So we do a first, otherwise we move b, so we can use jump if it's less than 0. So let's see, move up to the left, sub right, and we can, oh wait, no, I know what we can do. We can use the save function to save this here. We can subtract it, and if it's less than 0, we move it back to the ACC and move it down from there. So yeah, let's save first. Let's see if this works though. Good. Yep. Sub right, and it's less than 0. 0 to if it's less than 0, we just want to move it down. We'll do a for a first. We'll do swap, move. Okay. Okay, so that moves 46. And then kind of screwed with input B. Unless we can move it. That way we can bring it both down here. There we go. And then we could, so 46 goes first. We can move that to this node. .46 goes first, so you can move it to this node. Store it in ACC. Maybe, because if we just keep moving, like move 46 down, move left, and just store this to ACC and bring it at the end, it's not generalizing it for everything else. I don't think so. Come on. Think. 46 down, we can move it to this node. And then actually, what if we move it to this node, and instead of moving ACC down first, crap, I don't know. Let's see what if that does anything. Nope, yeah, not to the left, to the right. .46 goes there. Move right down. Then move ACC down. Sorry, move left down, because it's coming from the left. Wait, what? Right, because then that'll just repeat this process. And we need to move this down. Twice. This is not gonna work, I don't think. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Not for everything though. So if it's less than 0, we go to A. Jump greater than 0, we go to B. If it's greater than 0, that means B is less. Which means... I don't think we can really... I think my logic here is completely flawed. I mean, we got all these nodes. May as well use them. And we can shrink down from there. I think I'm on the right track with the subtraction, though. Yeah, I think I am on the right track. But I think I'll need to do it on this side too. So maybe we can move both numbers ACC, and then one by one we subtract one from the other. Right, so that's subtracting. Move that to the right. And that freezes up. What if we do that? No. Maybe I can get away with only doing the subtraction in this node. And maybe I was on the right track in the beginning. So how do I get around putting these in order? If it's less than 0, A is first. If it's greater than 0, well, it's either going to be greater than 0 or less. I was about to say it's only greater than 0 or less than 0, but these two are the same. It's 71, 90. 21, 67, 79, 79. Yeah, if they're both, maybe that won't be an issue. Right, it won't be an issue because if one goes after the other, they're the same number, so it doesn't even matter. So for here, I think we'll need to check if it's less than 0. Um, which, yeah, we'll swap, move ACC to the right. We will need a start condition here. If it's not less than 0, we I don't know yet. We'll do something. Sorry, move left down. Now I'm right back where I started. Right, and if it's greater, that's what this space is going to be for. If it's not less than 0, how are we going to access B? Where does that end up here? Right. There's nothing we can really do unless... No, I know exactly what we do. If it's not less than 0, we swap immediately and then move ACC to the right. But then how are we going to check anything here? Yeah, that still gets it wrong. TCC, swap it so that we can subtract the right from it. Could we use these other nodes? If we move B here, what can we do with that? Not really anything, I don't think. Maybe this can be an alternate path for B first. And this is A first. A first, B first, maybe. How are we going to check that and move it? Hmm. And this, if this is less than 0, we go the B route. Um, oh God, where's this? Right, because that's only moving right to be brought down. Maybe we can bring them both down, and then... Yeah, I think that's the right move. I think I'm just throwing stuff at the wall here. When would I move anything down? Wait, what is this even doing here? It's figured it out. just want to check if this will get the numbers in order. Crap, okay. Is this even doing what hold on. I think I've come to realize I don't even know what I'm doing here. Write the lesser valued out, write the greater. Yeah, okay, that's what I'm doing. I want the less value to go first. So if a node indicates that the subtraction is negative, the number that originated in that node, or if an input node becomes negative from the subtraction, then that means that that input was the lesser number, so that should go first, and then it should take in that number. Oh my god. I don't know. Yeah, I think this output makes sense, so I'm gonna erase everything but that. Yeah, ultimately it needs to come from one direction for this logic to work, so let's make sure everything moves down through either this path or this path. In that case, let's let's start again. Okay. I think I'm gonna need a loop at the beginning, so start at both, move up ACC, and move up left. We're gonna subtract from the right, and then if it's less than 0, A goes first. Which means we move. I want to save this first. Okay, so we're moving input A to ACC. We're saving it here, and we're subtracting input B. If the difference is negative, that means that input A is lesser. So we bring it back and move input A down. We do still need the value from input B though. How does that come in? So it's there, we subtract. We can move it left and move. We can move to ACC first to send it to 2 directions. So 46 will be here, 71 will be there. Come on. It doesn't really get us any closer. You know, this moves down. Um, and then what? Could it bring input B along here and then have the comparison be in this node before it makes a decision down here? Maybe. I have an idea. I can send the inputs down here, make the difference in this node, and have that difference be the deciding factor between which number goes first. I think that'll work. So, in order for that to happen, we need to move this to the right, move down. Instead of moving it to the left, we move this to the right as well. So all are being moved to the right. But if this is clogging it, it can't really move anywhere. So the subtraction is going to have to take place somewhere. So we can move to the ACC, then we save it, then we do the sub. Then we, what do we do? Oh, that works too. That works too. Just this node needed to take a number. Sub from the left, move ACC down. Wait, yeah, we don't need to move the ACC down yet. We just need to move it to the right. We only need the difference going down. We don't need that going to the ACC. Move up to the left. To the right. So then all the numbers go here. We move up to the ACC. If it's greater than 0, then B goes first. If otherwise, it'd be less than 0 and A goes first, so we don't need another condition for that. We don't even need to start. Yes, we do. So if it's greater than 0, B goes first, so we move left, down, move right, down. We need the B label for this here. And if it's not greater than 0, we move right, down, move left, left, down, up, down, 0. And then we go to the start. I think this would work. All three are there. It is greater than 0, which means that B goes first. Oh, no, greater than 0 means. Oh my god. That actually works. I had my logic wrong in my head over which node would. I had my directions swapped, but I did the right thing anyway. And node count statistics. I can wait 7, 6, 5, 4. How do people use 4? guess that makes sense. It's the least amount of nodes. So, let's see, 35 minutes to solve this, and now let's try to simplify it as much as we can. So, hold on, what's the goal here? I mean, cycles we're doing great on. We just need to crack down on the number of nodes and the number of cycles. So, I think if we can move both there. How many? This is gonna drive people crazy. We can maybe cut down on these or this or that or whatever. Okay, let's see. Let's try to trim the fat. Okay. I think I know. We can do the subtraction in this node. We can first send the input to BAK by saving it, like that. Then we can do the subtraction, send that to ACC. After that, if the subtraction is greater than 0, yeah, we're already doing the subtraction here. What am I doing? We check. We can check if the subtraction is greater than 0 here. And if it is, we could move this here twice, I think. Because then we can just use 4 nodes. So idea. Somehow, we have the subtraction of this step. We can also check if the difference is greater than 0. And if it is, we can bring the input back to ACC, move that down first. No. If it's greater than 0, we move. Yeah, if it's greater than 0, we move input A again. Yeah. I'm going to take a picture of this actually and just make a new program in case I screw this one up. Just so I know what we're doing here. So we know this one works. Let's create a new one. Let me consult my picture just for getting everything in. Oh, I don't even need these start values in the beginning. To the right. Save it, and then subtract from the left, because we know that value is still in BAK here. And if the subtraction is greater than 0, A goes first. Move right down, swap, bring it back here, move ACC down. Otherwise, we swap, move ACC down, move right down, jump, start. So we move this here, we send it to the right. Once that gets subtracted, we send this to the right again so that it's on standby for comparing the difference. If the difference is greater than 0, we move this down, we move right down, and we just move this along. I think that would work. Let's test. Right, we're not moving anything from the left. I mean, moving anything from the right, moving it from the left. Sub left. So move. Oh my god. Okay. Slightly more cycles, but we got the minimum number of nodes and just about the minimum number of instructions. Let's see if I can't cut anything down here. Let's try to get 17. So that feels great with how much that got simplified. I might not even need to edit this down much because we're still under an hour. But that might change if I have no idea how to fix anything. What if we just delete this instruction right here? Is that even doing anything? Did I even need to do that? Yes, it is. What if I just delete this one? No, that'll just go to the next one and it'll be wrong. So this needs to repeat twice. So maybe I can trim something up in here. Up to ACC, save it, subtract from the left, get 0. Swap. Is that good? No. So close. What is this? How did I get less cycles with this one? Maybe because there's less instructions per node? Don't know exactly how that works, but if that's the case, maybe I can do some work more in here and cut down on the amount of instructions here. So, yeah, with all these instructions, this has become a bottleneck, which is contributing to the number of cycles, is what I'm thinking. So if we can distribute these instructions to like this node, maybe that would cut down on the number of cycles, and maybe even the number of instructions. But what would we even do? I can't move the subtraction logic to here because that'll just be the exact same thing. Everything else is just moving this down a node. Move up ACC, save. Sub left, yeah, we need that step to subtract. Jump greater than 0 to A. Yeah, we need that value there. I don't know. I don't know how I can simplify this. Because maybe it's not possible to always get the least amount of these categories on all at once. Maybe it's a trade-off. I use the least number of nodes, but that means I need slightly more instructions, which means slightly more cycles. So I think this just might be the best I can do. This right here. Yeah, if anyone has any alternatives, let me know in the comments, and yeah, I guess that's that. Thanks for watching.